Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gary gzduels, and you're watching a full match between my Malefic skill drain and my opponent, who is also a subscriber. He's a really cool guy. We've been testing a lot on Dueling Network on Dev Pro. He's been helping me get in shape for like YCS. So special shout out to you. His name is Zeke. He has a gaming channel along with his team. It's called Circus of Games, and I'll link that in the description box, so make sure to check him out. And he's going to be playing some Prophecy today because, as you can see, the Breaker first turn. And then I'm going to go for the first turn Gadgetron Dragon, attack the Breaker, so effectively removing it. And I'm going to set not one but two skill drains. The reason why I wanted to set two is he could possibly have something like MST, and I wouldn't want his monster effects to go off. So he's going to activate the Spellbook Tower, thinking that it might destroy my set field card. It actually doesn't, but he does get something out of it. He is able to activate, Temperance's effect in order to special summon Priestess from the deck. So I guess that wasn't bad. He just didn't know that I have skill drain. So he's going to try to make a play here and try to banish a spellbook from the hand. I almost forgot that, Priestess could do that, banish a spellbook spell card from the hand. And once he pays the cost, I'm going to activate skill drain, and he's going to lose one card, which is pretty awesome. Now it's my turn. I'm going to activate Gear Town. By activating Gear Town, I will be able to replace the Spellbook Tower, and by activating Gear Town, the Spellbook Tower gets destroyed, but it will miss his timing and it will not allow him to search his deck. So I attack, and his Priestess gets destroyed, and I'm going to attack again. He doesn't have much. He's going to use Book of Moon. Okay, that's fine with me. My Gadgetron Dragon has 2000 defense for no reason, and he's going to use Temperance of Prophecy again, special summoning the second Priestess. He will not be able to use Priestess effect, but he has high enough attack in order to get over the Gadgetron Dragon. Now over here, what I'm going to do is play conservatively. I could have done a number of things, but I'm going to play conservatively, bring back my Gadgetron Dragon, and also play my Necro Valley. And the reason why I play my Necro Valley is because it shuts off things that he might have, like Spellbook of Fate, shuts off things like Spellbook of Life and all that stuff. Unfortunately, it will not be able to shut off things like Spellbook of Masters, but that's alright because Spellbook of Masters just targets, it doesn't move the card, it just, targets, copies the effect of that Spellbook spell card. And I also have an MST just in case he activates the Spellbook Tower. If he activates Spellbook Tower and you chain MST, the Spellbook Tower will not be able to search. Now it's my turn. I want to go for game, but he drops Battle Fader, which is pretty interesting in a Spellbook deck. And I do have MST, I do have Skill Drain, so everything should be technically alright and in my favor right now. My monsters are ridiculously high, so he's going to concede the first game, which is pretty good. I'm going to side in many viruses. The reason why I run a lot of viruses is because I am able to side in the Malefic Stardust at will, and sometimes I need the extra kick. So I'm going to take out one Gadgetron Dragon because it seems like all I ever need is one, and I'd rather have like the Malefic Stardust, but it doesn't seem like I had that much room. So I'm going to put in these viruses first because the viruses I know are good, and I made the mistake of taking out both Necro Valleys. What I should have done is taken out Necro Valley plus Seal of Orichalcos, so I would still have one Necro Valley in order to shut off his plays like Spellbook of Fate. But I'm a bad player, so I hope you guys will forgive me. Game 2, he clearly has the advantage first because he's going to go first. I don't have the skill drain to respond to the things that he's doing. If I had win first, if I had skill drain, I will be able to prevent the Spellbook Magician from searching stuff. All he would have had was would be like power and stuff like that. So by not going first, second game really gave my opponent his really good advantage. So he's able to stack numerous counters on his Star Hall, and he's able to get Spellbook of Fate. Now Spellbook of Fate will really reduce my chances of winning, plus he has 4 set cards. Now over here, I'm pretty sure there's something fishy about those 4 set cards, so I'm not going to overcommit. I'm just going to try to get a little bit of a plus from Gearframe's effect, and I simply want to go into battle because his Spellbook Magician still doesn't have enough attack points. Now if he uses Spellbook of Fate, I will be able to use my Lance, and I will still destroy his Spellbook Magician. And if he uses something to respond to try to like Book of Moon his own monster, I will be able to use Forbidden Lance on his monster. So unfortunately, he did MST my skill drain, so there goes that plan. But I'm going to just persist with my attack. I set the field card only to show him that I have the field card, and I want to challenge him to try to activate his field card on top of mine. So he's going to go into Kaiku, and he's going to attack with Kaiku and attack into my gear frame. So that's pretty sad because I take a lot of damage. I take like 1,000 damage for the Spellbook of Power, and I also take like 300 damage for the Star Hall. So that's unfortunate. And he will be able to get a search with Spellbook of Secrets. And I hope you guys don't mind the League of Legends icon jumping in the background. I think one of my friends was messaging me at the time when I was playing. So yeah, I apologize. If it's annoying, just, I don't know, look away and look at the duel, I guess. Over here, I'm going to activate Gear Town. I draw into Malefic Stardust. What I'm going to try to do is try to prompt his activation of something. So I'm going to summon Malefic Stardust. I'm going to attack, and of course he's going to use Fate, and he's probably going to banish 3 Spellbook spell cards. Try to banish my Gear Town. That would be the smartest move. And once he selects his target, I'm going to do that. Unfortunately, I will not be able to get rid of Kaiku, but what I can do is look at his hand for 3 turns, and it hits things in his hand like Jowgen. It hits things in his hand like Battle Fader, like Spellbook Magician, and all the stuff. And he has to show me that he has like a Spellbook of Wisdom. So if I draw into MST of some sort, I will not waste my MST on the Spellbook of Wisdom. Unfortunately, I do take a lot of damage right now, but over here I'm going to use my MST. I'm going to chain it on something. Unfortunately, it is another Spellbook of Wisdom, which is still okay. And he's asking me whether or not he should chain it. While we were dueling, we were also Skyping. So if you guys don't see a lot of the commentary, like, activate effect and all that stuff in the chat, it's because we were Skyping. So the duel went much smoother. So I'm going to try to attack. He's going to use a Spellbook of Spellbook of Wisdom because he wanted to stack 2 counters. So he would have enough attack to try to take some damage with me, and he's going to be able to remove one of my Machina gear frames. He's going to activate Spellbook of Fate. Using Spellbook of Fate's effect, he will be able to use the Spellbook of Secrets, use Spellbook of Secrets effect to search for Spellbook Magician, Magician's effect to search for Power. The reason why he went for Power is because his Star Hall's counters are relatively stacking up. His attack is, I believe, with the help of Spellbook of Power, he has 2,800 attacks. So unfortunately, my Machina Fortress will die, and I will be able to destroy 1 card on the field, and I choose to destroy his set card. Unfortunately, he does get to like search his deck, and I draw into Night Beam, so I'm going to destroy it. And I mistakenly thought, the Spellbook Magician will die because it has like lower attack than 1,500. But because of the Spellbook Star Halls, his Magician stays on the field, and he will be able to destroy me next turn, basically. So now I'm just siding in things again. I just basically switched out a Night Beam in because I think Night Beam would be a really good call. Third game, I drew pretty broken. I drew into 3 Malefic Cyber End Dragons, and I'm going to activate this field card. The Forest, I think, is a really good card, especially against another deck who's using field cards. This prevents the other player from activating a field card on top of it. With Spellbook of Judgment banned, I think Prophecy mostly relies on the pluses it is able to get through the field card, the Spellbook Tower. Now, if I am able to shut that off, it's perfect, because if I shut that off, he won't be able to get the pluses. I can just beat him down with my monsters. Nothing really hurts very much, except for, that. He activates Got Shield. At first, I was laughing. I was like, you're going to take 3,800 damage to protect this Jowgen that you can't use, because Jowgen doesn't have, his effect. And he's like, no, but if I switch you to defense position, you're not in a position to deal direct damage. And knowing your deck, your Malefics, you can't special summon more than 1 Malefic monster on the field. And knowing your deck, you have to normal summon like slowly. So at the end of the day, it's probably a good move. And once he said that, I do actually agree with him. So over here, as you can see, I draw into the Deck Devastation Virus, which is pretty good. Now he's going to MST my skill drain, not knowing that I have another skill drain. So everything is okay right there. My monster will be saved, which is awesome. Now I draw into MST. I'm going to MST the Gaga Shield. which allows me to finally get over his Dragon, which is a pain to deal with. And I end my turn. He's going to MST. Finally, he's going to MST that, and he's going to summon out his Spellbook Magician. This is a bit of an oversight for me. The reason why he would want to like MST my skill drain is because he probably has a monster to try to use the effect with. So I should have probably, once he used MST, chain Devastation Virus and then get rid of the both Spellbook Magician in his hand. So that was a bit of a misplay on my part. But regardless, you know, even if he searches his deck, he can get all of the spellbooks he wants. Without Spellbook of Judgment, the deck plays relatively fair. You're going to begin by, you know, using one spellbook to search another spellbook to search another. At the end of the day, you don't plus, you just shrink the deck. Now over here, I draw into Planet Pathfinder, which is a pretty awesome card. He laughed at me when I first played Planet Pathfinder, but it is obviously a really good card. If I play Planet Pathfinder and I am able to, you know, go for go for something like two Gear Towns, is actually really, really good. Now over here, he shows me his hand because I activated Deck Devastation Virus. I see that he has a Kaiku on his hand and also a Breaker in his hand. So I see that my field card is probably going to get destroyed soon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to still summon out the Malefic Cyber End Dragon because, you know, it's probably going to put up some pressure. I don't want him to remove things. But once he does with the Breaker effect, my Malefic Cyber End Dragon will be destroyed. So it's a bit sad, but it had to be done. I needed him to destroy the field card. And then I'm going to activate the effect, and I'm going to use 2 Gear Towns in order to special summon out a Gadgetron Dragon from my deck, if the game will stop lagging. Okay, I'm going to summon out Gadgetron Dragon, and without skill drain, it can be quite powerful, because if I attack, he will not be able to respond. So that's why he has to activate Fate in response to my summon. So he's going to put my Gadgetron Dragon face down in defense position. Now, as I said, Gadgetron Dragon has 2000 defense, so he is forced to summon out the Kaiku in order to XYZ into something more powerful to get over this Gadgetron Dragon. So like I said, he is going to go for Utopia, which is, you know, not a bad move considering my monsters are pretty high attacked. But unfortunately for him, during my turn, I draw into Dark Hole. I know what he has set is probably like Spellbook of Wisdom, because he showed it to me. No, Galgaga Shield. And I'm going to activate the Gear Town, which I made a misplay. If I had just gone for a Seal of Orichalcos on top of the Gear Town, what I could have done was 4,500 direct damage. I show him my Orichalcos, and I show him how I could have made a game right there. But instead, since I made a misplay, my opponent actually gets 1 extra turn to maybe make a comeback. So that was a really bad mistake on my part. But still, if he ends up Dark Holing, you know, I can just place the Orichalcos on top of the Gear Town, bring back Gadgetron Dragon, and I'm pretty sure it's still game. So yeah, with that said, he's going to surrender, and I hope you guys enjoyed this match. Thank you once again, Zeke, and thank you for watching.